Hello and welcome. Kerry here from Healing Humanity, the power of a proper human diet. And today I'm thankful, grateful, blessed to welcome everyone to our live stream tonight. We got Adam from Carnivore today.
Hello.
Ashley from Carnivore Brothers.
Hey.
Dr. Nelson at The Real Dr. Nelson, and Lynn from Midlife Carnivore. How you guys all doing?
Great.
Doing great.
Fantastic.
Doing great.
We are excited to have everyone join us. Answer any questions you may have about Carnivore or otherwise. And we're going to give away some fun prizes tonight. We have a special promo code you can see there on the bottom of the screen and in the description for our membership site, which has been a lot of fun and helping a lot of people. HealingHumanity.life. We've been having, what do we have now, Lynn? I don't even know, 7 Zoom calls a week, 8 Zoom calls a week. It's a lot.
No, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Oh man, I've been misquoting. 12 Zoom calls a week. We've got doctor experts, Q&A, inspire together, help you on a path to healing. So if anyone's interested in joining, you can get 50% off now. And much of those proceeds go to support Healing Humanity, either the documentary or the series we're working on afterwards. And we're going to give away a free month to Healing Humanity. So with your questions, please use #life. #life, and we'll give away a free month. And like I said, if you don't win it, you can get it for 50% off at the description below. So please post your best question with #life. And you also have to follow each of these individuals. I have a link in the description for everyone on the screen here: Ashley, Lynn, Adam, Dr. Nelson. Follow them on YouTube. It just takes a minute, and then use #life. And we're going to, in just a couple minutes, we'll randomly pick someone and give away free membership to the HealingHumanity.life. All right, let's see. Should we jump into some questions?
Sure.
All right. We got a new member, Goliath. Thank you for that.
Nice. Good job.
Bob Eater, Bob, 5 Homestead Hound memberships. Thank you so much for that.
Bob's a man.
Hey, Bob. Looking forward to seeing Bob in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Tennessee, we got to talk about that real quick. We got people jumping on. We're going to jump into questions in 30 seconds. But first, we got to talk about Tennessee. You know, I don't think I have the banner loaded up. Ashley, do you want to mention Tennessee quick? And I'll pull up a little image here.
Hey, I think I do want to mention it. And this might be the first time we're officially announcing. Should we officially announce?
Yeah, let's do it.
Officially, we can announce it for the first time. We've got an incredible lineup for Tennessee. We're super excited about it. It's going to be April 13th. If you are able to go, I would hurry and get your tickets now. I'm quite confident after we make the announcement. We have posted it, but confirmed to be there in attendance and speaking is Dr. Ken Berry himself, which we're super excited about. We're going to Tennessee to actually continue filming and doing a little bit of extra footage with Dr. Berry. And so he's graciously agreed to also attend our meetup event, and he'll be there to speak, as well as Dr. Nelson's going to be there. I know we've got several others. Dante from Ferrigno Freedom. There you go, Kerry. Dr. Kiltz will be there. Emma's going to be there. Oh my goodness. Emma she needs to be a full-time role at all these meetups. When she gets up there and tells her story, I think I've cried. I'm 3 for 3 every single time. It's incredible. Sorry, Kerry, she's going to take your spot at some point, but she's awesome. So she'll be there too. It's going to be incredible. We're super excited about it. It's on a Sunday. So it's going to be Sunday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. We've got an incredible venue out there. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. So make sure you go to healinghumanity.movie/events. Get your tickets now if you're planning on going. It's about 2 hours from Nashville, about 2 hours from Memphis, right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, it's going to be something. Coach Lisa's going to be there as well. Dr. Nelson's going to be both sharing his story and doing 5-minute stand-up routine, roasting Dr. Berry. That's going to be exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The comedian in the audience, right?
Yeah, good stuff. All right, let's see. We got some good questions here. Question from Yonik. Hi, is coffee allowed in order to heal hypothyroidism and high blood pressure?
I love this question.
I
love this question about is X allowed? But you can eat whatever you want. If what you're asking is, I mean, we're here, the five people you're looking at, and most of you are carnivores, right? So if you're asking me if it's a carnivore food, no, it's not. It's a plant. Do some people up here may still be drinking coffee? Yes. So those are two different things, right? Uh, so I did it myself. Reverse high blood pressure. Have never dealt with hypothyroidism. I always check my thyroid over years. Oh, you gotta be my thyroid. I was huge. It was never my thyroid. Uh, but yeah, you could drink coffee or you can eliminate it. See how you feel. It is, many plants are goitrogenic and they affect the thyroid directly. So you definitely want to stay away from those foods. And I haven't even checked if coffee is one of those, but most likely is in there as well.
So, Dr. Nelson, can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's my understanding that the coffee could interfere with thyroid medication. Do you know if that's true? Because I heard that it can interfere, so the timing of drinking the coffee with the thyroid medication is important.
Any food can interfere with it. Thyroid medication is not very well absorbed. So the recommendation is you take it and you wait 30 minutes before you put anything else. You should take it first thing in the morning, fasting. Just take it with the water that you're drinking to take the pills. A very little pill. I mean, if you're taking only a thyroid medicine, usually they're small. But many people take multiple things. Just take it by itself because even other medications may interfere with absorption. And it's very finicky, the absorption of the thyroid medication. So, and then you need to wait at least 30 minutes. An hour will be even better. And then you can start eating whatever you're eating. So anything you take it with, whether it's coffee or anything that is not water, it may have an effect on the medication, on the absorption.
Yeah, when I think of coffee with hypothyroidism and high blood pressure, I think there's a couple of things, there's like positives and negatives. So, I mean, it's a stimulant. So it's going to make you more alert, which if you're hypothyroid, that's usually an issue, is feeling sluggish. So it could make you feel more alert, but it can also have the flip side. It can cause, a reaction with your adrenals. Some people are sensitive to the caffeine. It could potentially, raise your blood pressure if you're really sensitive to it. So there's like pros and cons to it.
Even raise your blood sugar indirectly because if you drink coffee, secrete more cortisol, then that stimulates more sugar. So it may affect you negatively, definitely in many ways. So
and all the hormones interact with each other. So when you consume something that affects one hormone, it can have an indirect effect on the others. So it's definitely a matter of you deciding what you want to do, but just know and be informed of the pros and the cons, and then decide, make a decision for yourself.
All right. The next question we have: is carnivore diet good for liver fibrosis or even psoriasis? Doctor suggests Mediterranean cirrhosis. Doctor suggests Mediterranean and to stay away from high fat and red meat. I want to do carnivore, so wondering if the doctors are wrong.
So liver fibrosis is a step closer to cirrhosis than just having a fatty liver. Okay. What's the main cause of a fatty liver? It's chronic excessive carbohydrate consumption, not fat consumption. Now, there are some studies that, if you go on a very low fat diet, very restricted diet, you can reverse also fatty liver. But most people fail on that because hunger always wins. And that's the problem with the low fat, high carb, calorie restricted diets. That's why, otherwise Weight Watchers would have wiped out obesity from this world. Is talk about not being sustainable. That's not a diet that's sustainable. So your body makes fat, your liver, all the fat is made in the liver, by the way, and what you ingest in sugars is transformed. Very little is saved. Most of it is transformed into fat. Okay, so that's where the advice of most doctors may not be correct.
Yeah, I think I coached Lisa, and I know if you're not part of our Healing Humanity Life group, might want to consider coming on, because Coach Lisa is going to be on a lot more on Zoom calls. Her husband was given, I think, was it 90 days to live, with a very, very acute kind of sudden onset, a very, very acute cirrhosis that was very severe. And he is still alive and thriving. She had him go on a carnivore diet, and he is doing well. So she might be a good one to ask this question to, because she has, basically firsthand experience with her husband and cirrhosis.
What you need to stay away is the carbohydrates. Definitely.
Yeah.
Fructose in particular.
Goliath, day 4 of Carnivore. Due to this movement, let's go.
Yay.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Let's go. Here's a question from Caleb's Carnivore Quests. What was the hardest part about going carnivore? I'll take a shot at that one quick.
Yeah.
Going carnivore, deciding to do it, wrapping my brain around I'm only going to eat meat, doing all of the research and actually making the decision to start, I think, was the hardest part for me. What do you guys think?
I'll say it was a little intimidating at first because I didn't know how to answer people's questions. If I just went straight in because I felt so good, I just wanted to blab all about it, but I didn't know how to really talk to people about it, right? And so I found myself over talking what I really understood. And so I think just advice that I got afterwards, which I give now, and that is just saying I'm on an elimination diet, was a little easier to deal with people's reactions initially with that. So I think that was one of the hardest things for me.
It's probably the easiest thing I've ever done concerning diet.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody says you get to eat steak like as much as you want. It's literally the easiest thing that I've ever done in my entire life when it comes to diet. I can't think of a single thing that was hard aside from troubleshooting the nausea issue and finding out that it was salt. That was a little bit hard, but the actually doing the diet it's the easiest thing I've ever done.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm with you, Adam. The hard parts of carnivore were comparatively easy, compared to any other eating plan I've been on. For me, the hardest part was just getting over that first few weeks and getting past the, basically carbohydrate withdrawals. But once you get past that, it's super easy. And even with other people, when my daughter was still living with us at the time, when I went carnivore before she got married, and she would bring her food, she'd have her food. And I really didn't even struggle with that like I would have in the past. It really wasn't appealing, because I know that in the past, whenever I was on a particular diet, it was the other food that everyone else had in the house that would be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely less of a problem this time around.
Good question, Caleb. Thank you. Question from Andrea. Kerry, are you coming to the Boston meetup in June? Yes. June 28th, Boston meetup hosted by Dr. Kiltz. drkiltz.com. He's got a good list of the meetups. We also have them at the link Ashley mentioned, healinghumanity.movie/events. But looking forward to that. And I recently learned that Professor Seifried is going to be speaking there as well, which is incredible. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
I will be there too.
Yay.
Nice.
Thanks for the warning.
I'm skipping that one.
Right.
And next day I'm going to Fenway Park.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
We got a question from Old Fart with a Young Heart.
I love that.
You just had to highlight that one.
Yeah. I moved that one. I moved that question up to the top of the list. Will there be any events in Canada? Yes. Well, interestingly, Jen and the girls and I were going up to visit Jeff's wife, Martha, and the boys, and Dwight, and we decided to do a little meetup, and then Dwight decided to make it a little bit of a bigger meetup, and then Martha wanted to do a bigger meetup. So it's not officially announced yet, but if you check healinghumanity.movie/events, we'll have something up there soon. It's going to be in the Toronto area, and it's going to be in May 11th, I think, or May 12th, somewhere around there, but it'll be officially announced soon, hopefully.
Maybe May 10th, I think.
May 10th, yeah, that could be. So my best advice is keep checking that page that I mentioned and Ashley linked to, because we're adding more and more to that often.
Yeah, I think it's May 10th.
Ellen has a question for Ashley. Will you be in Tennessee? I'm so excited to get to meet real people and not just faces on the computer screen.
Yay. Yes, I will be in Tennessee. I'm super excited to be there and helping to organize this one. We've got a lot of great plans, got a lot of big things happening, and this one's going to be amazing. So, as they all are. I mean, I can't talk enough about how incredible these meetups have been. They're just so much fun. If you get an opportunity, make sure you go to them. It's a lot that goes into them, honestly, and there's a lot of planning that's taking place on some of these. Dr. Kiltz has been incredible. He's kind of doing some of them on his own and kind of planning like that one in Boston, and then Jen's doing so much to help put together the one in Toronto. I mean, there's a lot going on with it, but as soon as we get all the details out, we'll have them there. But I will be in Tennessee. Adam will be in Tennessee. Lynn's going to be, I think the whole crew is going to be in Tennessee.
Yeah, everybody on this live stream is going
to be there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm hoping my parents, they didn't get to go to Austin because my mom was in the hospital, but they're talking today. If mom's doing better, she's going to be there in Tennessee too.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
They were so bummed to miss out in Austin.
Yeah.
I just got to give credit where due real quick. Shout out Ashley. He's been knocking it out of the park with all these meetups. They've been getting better and better, and it is so much work all around. So really appreciate you, Ashley. I wouldn't want to do Tennessee without you, literally.
Yeah.
You're going to have to quit give me shout outs. My head won't fit on the screen much longer.
Oh, well, you missed our Zoom call on the site, and you were given a zillion kudos there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. One of the hardest things of being carnivore is having to eat all that ribeye steaks and
brisket and
the brisket.
Come on, yep.
Yeah.
Some great food too, by the way.
And Ashley, are you making more of your jerky for the Tennessee meetup?
Yeah, that's the plan. So
I brought some home for Dave. He really likes it.
Oh, good.
You got to go worldwide with that jerky. That's some good stuff. All right, we got Jody's a new YouTube member. Thank you, Jody. All right, question from Goliath. I've had strokes and clotting issues. My doctor told me to go through Carnivore, pointed to this channel. Yeah, I got to read that twice. Your doctor told you to do Carnivore?
Yes.
Pointed to this channel.
I'm squinting myself.
Okay, what's your doctor's name?
Hampton, and we're doing blood work every 3 months. Can't wait till contribute data for the movement.
Yes.
Wow.
Excellent,
Yes.
Goliath. That's awesome.
Oh, and then I think there's a question here. I'm on day 4, same from Goliath. Is it expected to not have much of an appetite, if at all? Should I continue to fast until hungry or set time to eat regardless, even if I'm not hungry?
If you're not hungry, you don't need to eat. Your body's telling you it's okay to wait.
Yeah.
Especially on day 4. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Listen to your body. That's the beauty of Carnivore. And if you have some weight to lose, your body will burn through the fat. It'll prioritize things. And there were times when I was first starting Carnivore that I'd forget to eat. It's kind of it's an awesome thing.
Meat and fat is very satiating. So it's a little unnerving at first.
Just as because it's the time you normally would have eaten before, you might think, okay, well, it's 8 a.m. or 12 p.m. or 5 p.m. It's time to eat. Take a second and listen to your body. Yeah, I'm not hungry. You don't need to eat.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Okay, we got a question from Fiat Mary. Which is most nutritious meat?
I guess she missed what is the most nutritious meat? I think
Mhm.
might be what she means. What do you think, Kerry?
I'd go with grass-fed, grass-finished ribeye for the win.
Yeah.
Bye for the
My
win.
answer will be whatever you can afford.
Yeah.
I think so too.
If you're gonna list them in maybe levels of, which one has the most omega-6, omega-3, yes, the grass-fed, grass-finished, organically raised, no antibiotics. Listen, if you can afford that, which is gonna usually be a little bit more expensive, great. I buy from Sam's Club, from Walmart, from Bravo supermarkets here. I also order every a few months from a particular company. I listed it on my description, not so if you want to check it out. But I also buy pasture raised chicken from these people. But whatever you can afford, just that's the best.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people don't realize, especially because we don't hear about it a lot unless you're on one of these carnivore websites or YouTube channels, that how nutritious and how nutritiously dense meat is in general. We don't hear about everything else that it contains. I don't think it gets highlighted in just kind of everyday food circles, right? You just hear red meat is bad, but it's amazingly how nutritiously dense meat is, and you can get everything you need out of beef, out of meat.
Yeah.
Especially the fatty meats, right? That's super important.
I heard that from Dr. Chafee early on, and it's stuck in my head ever since. What you just said there, Ashley. You can get everything you need in the proper proportions to thrive in a fatty piece of meat, and you literally need nothing else. It took that a while for me to sink in. I'm like, really? Nothing else? But now here I am 711 days later, and I've had nothing else. It's just been it's just been meat, and I'm doing great.
Well, we're told that meat is just protein. And so you get it into our heads that that's it. Meat gives you protein. You get your vitamins and minerals from your veggies, but meat, you get your protein. That's not the case at all. You can get all your vitamins and minerals, everything you need from eating animal products. But some people do hot dogs. I mean, if you're really sick and you just can't cook and you live by yourself and you can just heat up some hot dogs, just start there. We've heard people all the time who say that that's where they had to start because they were just too sick to even stand over the stove and cook. So do what you can.
Should we do a drawing?
We should.
Yeah.
Healing Humanity membership free for 30 days. Hashtag life. We're going to do, let me share my screen here. Here we go.
Drum roll. There it is, Adam.
Oh, it's official.
Official now.
Fiat Marie. Congratulations.
Good karma of asking a question. She won.
Good question, and you won free 30-day. Adam, how can Fiat Marie claim their prize?
Well, Kerry, Fiat Marie can go to healinghumanity.movie/giveaway, fill out the form, and we will send your coupon code for your free month with Healing Humanity Life right away. Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right, let's do another one here. We'll go with hashtag ribeye for a Healing Humanity shirt. Hashtag ribeye. So post your best question with hashtag ribeye. And again, for those that just jumped on, in order to win, you need to follow each of the individuals you see here on the screen. There's a link in the description below. It takes 2 seconds. Subscribe to them on YouTube. Watch their YouTube videos. Give them some love. And hashtag ribeye.
I see Dr. Nelson trying to win a shirt. Attaboy.
Hey, we got Lindy and Bill have both entered the building in one place. We are truly blessed. If you guys aren't watching Lindy and Bill, you guys are missing out. Some incredibly inspiring stories there. Great YouTube channels. All right, the next question we have is from Home with Katrina. I'm 43 and I feel tired all the time. For activity, I clean houses about 3 days a week and walk. I don't drink caffeine. I eat fat and I'm hydrated with electrolytes. Any ideas?
Thyroid? I'd be curious if you've had your thyroid check and how your thyroid's doing. And if that your thyroid is okay, I'd be curious if you're eating enough. Maybe Dr. Nelson has some other thoughts.
Well, you can tell the clinically minded people on this panel immediately thought, well, there has to be something, maybe something. Not there has to be, but yeah, the first thing I would say, yeah, have some labs checked, and in particular the thyroid, that could be a problem. You may not be eating now. Does it say how many times a day she eats? So you might not be eating enough. Uh, that is a problem. Sometimes the hydration with the electrolytes, sometimes we drink too much water and not enough electrolytes. If you're doing that, that's probably okay.
And it'd
But
probably be good to check female hormones too, because at age 43, there's I don't know if you've had confirmation or if you're dealing with perimenopause or that sort of thing, but it might be good to get the female hormones checked as well.
sleep, stress management, all these things can affect with fatigue as well.
That's what I was going to chime in, Dr. Nelson, is sleep. I think sometimes it seems like a very simple answer there, but the sleep rhythm and making sure you're getting good sleep. And then, even Dr. Kiltz was talking about the last one is just like, naps. We don't nap. We don't sleep probably near as often as we used to. Right. And so, our bodies regenerate and thrive when they're getting enough sleep. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Put in that time, make sure, and if you can get into a good sleep rhythm, there's a lot of crazy statistics that happen just over, like we just experienced this time change. 1 hour makes a significant difference in a lot of people. In fact, there's stats that show that suicide rates go up tremendously because of and it's 2 times a year. It's when the time changes. And that obviously has an impact on people. Your sleep rhythm is very important.
I second that one too. Dr. Kiltz talks about that a lot, like you mentioned. And I've never taken naps my entire life until I started Carnivore. Even if it's just like a 10-minute nap, it's incredible. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. But feeling tired all the time is definitely not normal. So it would absolutely be worth investigating with some lab work.
Even sleep apnea, which a lot of people don't realize they have it.
Yeah.
You're always tired, and there are multiple things that can cause that, and not necessarily the diet. But as far as the diet is concerned, make sure you're eating enough.
Yeah.
And sleep is very
Latros,
important.
great seeing Kerry, Adam, Dr. Nelson, Dr. Kiltz at the Austin meetup. Dave in Austin. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Question from Target Prime Rib. Remember, post your questions with hashtag ribeye for a chance to win a Healing Humanity shirt. We'll do that drawing in just a couple minutes. Thomas is asking, just like it was asked before, I'm returning it back to you guys. What is your biggest inspiration to do Carnivore?
Well, I'll jump in. So to actually start Carnivore, I started it after watching Amanda from Carnivorous Me, because I had done Carnivore before, thought it was only about weight loss, and I quit, even though I really needed to lose weight. But I didn't realize it was also about healing until I saw her channel and how she had improved her rheumatoid arthritis. And that was a huge, huge light bulb moment for me to see that it was about actual healing, not just this weight loss diet. And I needed healing badly. So she's the one who inspired me.
Love it. For me, it was type 2 diabetes. It was realizing I needed to reduce my carbs and sugars. And the guy who told me about it said, all you have to do is eat meat. And that was enough to sell me. Of course, after watching some videos and educating, but it sounded great to me. I can eat some meat.
Yeah, for me, it was Dante Ferrigno that inspired me to start the carnivore diet, to even learn about it. And then once I healed my brain injury, that's what has inspired me to continue to keep going, because the doctor said it was permanent brain damage. I know Kerry seems to think that it's probably still there, but I think it's gone anyways.
By the way, Adam, my parents watched your video where I think it was Lee Copus, Kent Carnivore, who interviewed you. They watched that today and they were floored with your story, going, "That is incredible. We had no idea about Adam's story." I mean, really inspired them too.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's going to be awesome, Ashley, if your parents can come out to Tennessee, hear Adam's story and these other ones live. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes.
Mine was Dante as well. Shout out Dante Ferrigno, but I still thought he was crazy. And then I watched a bunch of Dr. Barry videos. And actually, it was a comment in a Dr. Barry video that really inspired me, that I did like a double take, like in a cartoon, like, what is that? And it was someone saying, "Dr. Barry, you saved my life." And I'm like, what? This is crazy. And then I started reading more comments and seeing more comments like that. "You saved my life," or "My type 2 diabetes is reversed," or "I found more healing from watching your 10-minute video versus going to my doctor for 10 years was another comment I read. So that's what inspired me.
Yes. And Target Prime Rib is going to inspire a lot of people too with his story.
Yeah.
I was literally just typing him that same thing. I can't wait until Kerry releases that one. That's incredible.
Yeah. He's already inspiring us.
For me, you might think that I listen to other doctors on YouTube, online, different platforms. I did go down the rabbit hole doing the research, listening to probably all of them. But what inspired me initially was this guy here, and one of his videos with Sean White, and they did talk about weight loss, which was one of the things. But I wanted to get healthier, to be able to, to be alive, to enjoy this little guy and his story, and Sean White's story, and
you're doing it,
inspired me to go ahead and make the jump, because I thought it was crazy to, like, eating only meat. Now, I had never, I didn't have a problem eating meat, all kinds of meat, and even the fat. So I never had a problem. Nobody had to convince me that it was okay to eat the fatty meat. I was all, you had me at hello with that one. So it was, okay. So I jumped in, and 3 or 4 days later, someone was saying about the hunger. Naturally did my first fast because I wasn't hungry.
Dr. Nelson recently shared a video of his adorable little grandson running around with him behind it. That was pretty awesome. That's a huge why right there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, FX Traders asking, where is the line in terms of carbs consumed per day that divides carnivores from ketovores?
All right, so a carnivore is those people who eat a meat-based diet. Some people will argue about definition, so we're not going to argue about that. But what ketovore is, which is a term coined by Nisha, basically, I think she was the one who came up with that. But a ketogenic diet is a diet that usually has to be under 20 grams a day, because ketogenic means you're making ketones to a significant level, and usually you need to be at 20 grams or less to do that. You can be at 30 to 50. Some people will be in ketosis, and within certain circumstances, tweaking fat and exercise and things like that, you can be in ketosis with higher amounts. But there is no dividing between those two terms, basically. Now, a zero carb, like they used to call carnivore before Dr. Baker coined the term, is basically a plant-based I mean, not a plant-based diet, God forbid, a animal-based diet, and basically you consume just the little carbohydrates that are in some of the, particularly the dairy and eggs have a little bit of carbs, maybe half a carb per egg. Those are not significant amounts.
Yeah, I've heard ketovore people say maybe like no more than 5
Yeah,
grams.
5 to 10.
Yeah, which a lot of people get with the cheese. I mean, you can still stay completely animal products and still get 5 grams of carbs if you're doing dairy and eggs. So.
Good stuff. All right. Question from Cobra. 20 months carnivore. Never had diarrhea. The last 2 weeks, liquid diarrhea. Haven't changed what I eat. Should I stop eating fat so this stops?
You can decrease the amount. You have to stop. You can decrease the amount and see if that helps.
I would be concerned though if you haven't done anything different as to why you're having liquid diarrhea all of a sudden after 20 months on carnivore. You know, I would be curious, do you have abdominal pain as well? Is there a possibility you could have gotten a bug?
Yeah.
You know, that you could actually have a GI condition that, you know, that's causing the diarrhea. Sometimes it can be exposure to some sort of man, I had salmonella one time. Oh, that was nasty. So I guess my question would be, is the diarrhea the only symptom that you have, or are you also having pain as well? It might be something else. And are you eating a lot of cheese? So some people, and depending on your age, a lot of people as they get older are more inclined to get like lymphocytic colitis. And it's been hypothesized that there's a connection to cheese. And so if I was assessing you as a GI nurse, I'd be asking a lot more questions about your symptoms. But if you are having discomfort, or even if you're not, but if it persists and there's been no change in your diet whatsoever, it probably would be, and it doesn't go away, it'd probably be a good idea to go get it checked out and see if there's something else going on. But if you're eating rendered fat, you know, you can back off on that. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me that you'd have no changes and then all of a sudden you're having liquid diarrhea. So I'd be suspicious of something else going on.
Yeah, especially after 20 months. I mean,
Yeah. One other thing I'll throw out there is because you're, you know, Todd Bachnes told me this one time and it made a lot of sense. Like, I don't believe I've been sick being carnivore, but I think maybe I have at some point, just didn't realize it because our immune system is working so much better in a lot of ways that you may be actually feeling a sickness like Lynn started out with that little point there. So it may be something you picked up, but maybe you're not feeling the aches and the pains and the other woes that you would normally go with it, saying, okay, I'm definitely sick. And so it may, you know, it may not persist much longer. It may, but yeah, I would just also, like Lynn said, tone down a little bit on the rendered fats too. That if you're eating a lot of rendered fats, I think sometimes that can, but odd that it changes after 20 months.
Yeah. And even with like lymphocytic colitis, the collagenous colitis, there's microscopic colitis, there's a conglomeration of colitis there that are very similar. And a lot of people don't have pain. They just have the diarrhea. And it's very frustrating because it doesn't stop. So even no pain doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't something else going on. So my thing would be, first of all, if you're having a lot of liquid diarrhea, you're at risk for dehydration, you're at risk for electrolyte imbalances. So it's really important to make sure that you're not getting dehydrated and that you're not throwing your electrolytes off. So if this is persisting, you're putting yourself in danger of both of those things. So I would definitely go to the doctor and get it checked out.
All right.
and maybe when you walk in, don't start with, I've been carnivore for 20 months.
No, just say, I haven't changed my diet at all and I'm having diarrhea and it's been lasting this long. And they'll ask you a bunch of questions about your symptoms. So, yeah.
Good advice.
All right. The next question we have, any advice for my 15-year-old daughter getting serious into sports and wanting to go carnivore for optimum performance?
do it. Absolutely.
Just do
But
it.
maybe slowly, you do it slowly. As a teenager, it's hard, right? Because they've got so much garbage food around them with all their friends. So I would say, have you talked to her about it? And is this something that she wants to do? And maybe prepare her for the fact that when you go carnivore, that there can be
Well, she
withdrawal.
says that the daughter wants to do it.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe start with kind of maybe ease into it.
Yeah.
If she's not the type that can go cold turkey, but educate her about the fact that, you know, you go through withdrawals, you go through sugar withdrawals, you go through carb withdrawals, and there's a transition period where she may be really tired. And so as your body's converting from running off of glucose to running off of ketones, you can be really tired. So she shouldn't worry, and have her maybe do it at a time where she's on a break from her sports, potentially, where she can rest and not
Yeah,
really
not
put
in the middle of her season, whatever
no.
the sport is. I
Yeah.
would watch a lot of Dr. Chafee and Dr. Baker as well.
Yeah.
I say do it, dominate the sport for a little while, and then tell people about it later.
Yeah, but don't let her do a lot of physical exertion. You know, normal, moderate exercise, but not real severe exercise while she's making that transition, because if you get really tired, and she doesn't have she won't have the same energy that she would if she was either fully on glucose versus fully, in ketosis.
Good stuff. We got a comment from Carnivore today. Join our Carnivore community. Use code LIFE325 for half off your first month. And there's a link in the description below as well. If we don't get to all of these questions, because there's a lot of them here, we'll be taking them on the membership site, healinghumanity.life. All right. Should we do another giveaway?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
All right. Hashtag ribeye. Here we go.
That code, by the way, is scrolling across the bottom too for anybody who missed that.
I see Dr. Nelson in there.
I saw it too.
Cranky Carnivore Cutler.
Met him in Arizona.
Hashtag ribeye. Cranky Carnivore Cutler. Adam, how can Cranky Carnivore Cutler claim his prize?
Well, Kerry, Cranky Carnivore Cutler can go to healinghumanity.movie/giveaway, fill out the form, give us your shirt size, and then we will have Ashley send that out to you right away. Congratulations.
Yay.
Come on down.
Come on down.
All right. We got another prize we're going to give away here. Redmond's portable salt shaker, travel size with the keychain holder. Ashley's got one right there. Hashtag salt with your best question. Hashtag salt. Make sure that you follow each of the individuals you see here on the screen. There's a link in the description for all of their YouTube channels, and use hashtag salt with your best question. All right. Question from Where's the Beef? Just started and picked up a nasty virus from my little kiddos. Do I stop carnivore and start after I'm better? I'll take that one. No. I don't know what you could be doing that. What would be the alternative if you stop carnivore? Fasting, maybe? That might actually, if you could tolerate it.
I mean, illnesses don't do well when you're ramping up your sugar or your glucose. You know, you do much better when you're not feeding yourself, especially sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So my only thing, if you just started, is that you might be going through, some transition and maybe some withdrawals. So some people feel kind of like they're sick. I'd be curious to know if you're actually going through a keto flu, or if you're sure you picked up a virus from your kids, because sometimes it's hard to tell.
Good point. Yeah. Hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, I guess you get lots of fluids, drink your electrolytes. If you don't feel like eating, don't eat. But if you do eat something.
Eat some meat.
Eat some meat.
Andrea, Kerry, how do you handle being a celebrity? Well, it's not easy. I just miss my privacy so much. No, it's humbling going to some of these meetups when people recognize me. But I love it. I love talking to people. I love hearing all these stories of healing. I do joke around with it. Like at the meetup that we just went to, people were coming up and talking and telling their story, and then I'd go over to Emma or Alyssa and say, I just want my privacy back. I can't do this anymore. These people won't leave me alone. But of course, I'm just joking. It's a lot of fun.
I don't know. Kerry gave me a ride to the airport, and he had the window down all the time. Just
I had to
saying
pull
hello to
over
them.
and give people autographs. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Do you want my autograph?
Sisse, is it possible to be insulin resistant on carnivore?
Of
I'm
course.
sure
that
Dr.
is
Nelson will expand on this, but yeah, I've had plenty of
probably
people that I've interviewed that
80 or 90% of the people who are going into carnivore because they want to resolve some problem is probably insulin related.
But it gets better.
Well, it gets better. It definitely gets better. It might not happen overnight. It might not happen even years later, because the longer you've been metabolically sick, the longer it might take you. But what is the alternative? Because I wasn't doing it any other way. So
Yeah. Everyone I've heard is it does get better. I mean, when you stop eating carbs, that's the first thing, because it's the carbs that cause the insulin resistance.
Right. Nancy C., any thoughts about carnivore helping with a sore lower back? I hear that one often. I had a sore lower back for years, and I thought I had an injury because I lifted something weird in high school, and it went away on carnivore. And I've heard that from several other people, and I think it was just inflammation. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, my husband had a very, very old injury from childhood that he was constantly having problems with his lower back, and it absolutely helped until he got cocky because he was feeling so good and he overdid it. But other than that, his lower back has been so much better.
So I've had chronic pain since 17 when I herniated disc. At 27, had surgery. That's a long time ago if you want to calculate it. Bottom line is, I got rid of my chronic low back pain and the multiple problems that came with that, almost in a wheelchair, by going carnivore. Pain free. I get sore if I do some exercise, but that good soreness that you get is not that I get hurt. If I overdo it, I might get hurt, but no, it's probably the best thing for pain.
Yeah, it lowers
But
inflammation.
people don't believe it until they actually do it.
No. Hooligan Fish, when is the California meetup happening? And if you need some scouting done, let me and Miss Hooligan know. I don't know that we have one in California yet.
Nothing planned yet.
Check
Lots of interest.
Right. If we get enough interest, someone wants to start organizing one, let us know. Otherwise, check our healinghumanity.movie/events, and we'll be adding to that frequently.
I know it's on one of the locations on our list that we would love to get something there eventually, for sure.
Yeah. And I made a note that Hooligan Fish can help.
Where is Hooligan, Mr. and Mrs. Hooligan Fish?
Probably in California, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but
I think Southern California.
Southern?
Okay. Because
I may be wrong.
Christy from
Meeting Wellness.
Meeting
Wellness. She's also Southern California.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, it's our friend Jesus and Carnivore. Any of you all ever done a fat fast? I'm on day 8. Planning to go to the 31st. Feeling fantastic.
Oh.
Love that.
wow.
I commented back to her saying I got to hear more about that. So
Yeah, I've done it for like a day.
I've
Never did that fast.
Never done it, but I'm intrigued and I want to learn more.
Me too.
Yeah, let us know when you're done how it went. Sounds good already.
Sisse, Kerry, can you imagine carnivore meetups grow into carnivore Society Conference. No pressure on Ashley, but I could see Ashley going down that route. It's like each meetup's getting bigger and better and bigger and crazy. This next one with Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Barry, Dante Ferrigno, Dr. Nelson, Coach Lisa. It's gonna be crazy.
Where are we going to be doing?
We're already talking
once
about
a
it.
year?
It's in the works.
We've already actually mentioned.
Where are we Where are we going to be doing the once a year meeting in Montello?
Yeah.
We could do it at Montello Theater. Yeah, come on over to my house. We can get the smoker fired up. That is something I've thought about for sure. That would be fun. Do like a multi-day one or some. The other thing that I think would be fun is to do. Coach Dr. Lisa does the carnivore cruises, but just some sort of retreat or getaway where you're just grounding and eating good food and sunshine and disconnecting. That sounds really appealing to me. Once we get the documentary done.
Carnivore Camp
Carnivore. Yeah. All right. Nancy, my son had a concussion and brain injury and has problems with his memory. Any thoughts?
Eat fat.
We're all pointing the wrong way.
I got it right.
I would recommend.
It's different on mine.
Same issues. I had the same issues, and I bought all kinds of books, went through all kinds of therapy, years of therapy, and nothing seemed to really work aside from just allowing time to happen, and then eating a carnivore diet, very extremely high fat carnivore diet, very strict, and it healed for me in a 5-month period. Now I'm not saying that's normal results or that you're gonna your son is gonna achieve that, but you're gonna at least be giving him the proper fuel to allow his body to fix itself. So that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, that at least 80% fat on a calorie, looking at calories, not volume, is often people find that they're healing better when they're dealing with brain and neurological symptoms if they have that much fat.
All right.
I just want to shout out real quick too, Kerry, before we get to the next one.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to star these questions before, as they come in, and some of them people are asking like really, really complex medical questions that we're not doctors except for Dr. Nelson, but he's not your doctor. So some of them are really, really complicated, and I just wanted to give a shout out to Carnivore Coach Lisa that's in the chat. She's doing a good job at answering people's questions directly. So she actually has courses and a program that she really dives in deep to help people troubleshoot very specific medical issues and problems. So, if we don't get your question answered here, at least go check out Lisa's stuff and see if that might be a route for you.
Yeah, good stuff. Coach Lisa is incredible. I will continue shouting her out. And Coach Lisa, open invite if you want to jump on one of these Thursday calls with us anytime. All right, the next question we have is Jesse. I hit my 1-year mark on the 8th. I bought some beef liver to try to make pate. Any good recipes for that? Nope.
Never made it.
Not done it. That's a new one.
Haven't either.
That would be good. If you find one, please share.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found some liverwurst at the local grocery store that is actually clean. That's the closest I've ever gotten. It's just buying my own. It's amazing. Liverwurst, they put sugar. A lot of times they put sugar in liverwurst.
Oh, man. God, they got to put it in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Why do conventional
liver needs something?
Right. Why do conventional doctors believe that red meat causes colon cancer?
Because we're told by the World Health Organization and by some societies that that's the case. But the thing is, when you look at the studies where this has come out, the evidence is very, very shaky. It's epidemiological studies with a lot of confounders. Just recently, within the last year, we've had 1 or 2 studies, and they're usually reviews of very large meta-analysis of epidemiological studies where they are counting when you have a hamburger with the buns and with a pound of potato, fries, and with a 32 ounce of sugary diabetes containing drinks. Well, that's red meat. Okay.
Yeah, or lasagna.
And then lasagna with all the pasta and if it was tomato sauce, but it's tomato sauce, which usually got a bunch of sugar added to that. So there's no good studies that point to that being the case.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the articles that came in within the last 12 months or at the beginning of last year, I think it was, that red meat causes diabetes. I don't know. I got to listen to the thousands now of anecdotes of people going carnivore and reversing diabetes. I'm one.
Yep.
Don't tell me that red meat causes diabetes. And Ashley, my God, Ashley had a very high A1C. It's now normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, did it happen overnight, Ashley?
No, but I was actually able to significantly impact it from 11.1 down to normal range within 3 months. But I was very strict.
Yeah. And I'm trying to make a point. It's not going to happen overnight for anyone, but as soon as 3 months, that is an amazing result. Okay. Yep. And what if it takes 6 months or 12 months?
Yeah, and nutritional studies are terrible. I mean, they're all based on nutritional studies, and we're taught this in nursing school, medical school. But the nutritional studies, they give the people in the study these food frequency questionnaires where they're asked, and I've seen them as I've studied these studies. I've seen the results, and Dr. Nelson's right. They'll list crazy things like hamburger meals and lasagna, spaghetti and meatballs as meat. And even if the people could accurately remember what they ate, that still isn't meat. They don't just say steak or, ground beef. They actually have it as a whole meal that includes lots of carbs and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. But they give these people in the study these questionnaires, and they ask them to remember what they ate over the past several months. There was a study it was ridiculous. There was a study that was done that I read about in one of the books I've read where it was I think they maybe once a year gave people the food frequency questionnaire, and they wanted them to remember what they ate over the past year.
Yeah.
So there is no way.
And they say I had a hamburger, and they count that as red meat.
Yeah.
Not all the other crap.
They're asked to remember how often they eat these things.
Plus, they don't list. There's a big confounder. People don't want to tell you the questionnaire. They would all the bad things that they ate, so they have selective memory about what they put down. Anyways, I gotta go, but there is a question there, Kerry, before you guys finish about why the YouTube membership is $2.99 and the website is $30. They're talking about two different things. You're gonna have to clarify that.
Oh, okay.
You have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Nelson. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. We'll take that question in just a minute. First, we'll do the drawing for the Redmond Salt Shaker, #salt. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. Redmond's portable salt shaker and keychain holder goes to Susan, UK, USA, lady, meat, something, ... Congratulations. Adam, how does Susan claim her prize?
Well, Kerry, Susan, you can go to healinghumanity.movie/giveaway and fill out the form, and Ashley will quickly get your salt shaker out to you promptly. Congratulations.
Good stuff. So Dr. Nelson mentioned a question that I'm having trouble finding here, but
I can't find it either.
I believe the question was, why is there a YouTube membership on Homestead How and then the $30 membership on healinghumanity.life. The membership for Homestead How was before we created a membership site. I do one live stream per week on Thursdays, a members only live stream. The membership site is much more extensive. We do, how many calls was it, Lynn? How many Zoom calls?
12.
12. We do 12 Zoom calls. We have courses. We had Dr. Georgia Eid on recently. We had Dr. Sean Baker on. The membership site is more for people that need community. Maybe you're starting carnivore, you need to be held accountable. We're here for the community. So like I said, we got courses and Zoom calls and all of those things. And it's $30, but it's actually 50% off right now if you use promo code LIFE325. There's a link in the description below. So that's the big difference there. So I hope that helps. And speaking of the membership site, unfortunately, we're out of time for the night, and we weren't able to get to all of the questions.
Can I answer one?
Yeah, please.
Specifically for me from Andrea S. about collagenous colitis. She wanted to know, yes, that one. Someone I love dearly is just diagnosed. So if they're diagnosed and they're having active symptoms, it's very likely they'll be put on a course of budesonide to get it under control. And that is a steroid, but it's not like a systemically steroid like prednisone. It's just one that works within the GI tract. And so they may need to go on the course of budesonide to get it under control initially. But I would absolutely recommend a carnivore diet. And someone else mentioned diverticulitis. And the amazing thing is that when you have these GI conditions, is the doctors will pull you back on the fiber, and they'll put you on a really low fiber diet called a low residue diet. And it helps your gut to heal. And so the person who mentioned about diverticulitis, now they're carnivore, they feel great. And so when any type of, and collagenous colitis is inflammation on a microscopic level. When they go in and they do a colonoscopy, they're not going to see the inflammation like they will with things like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. It has to be that it's seen under the microscope on a biopsy. So you can actually have cellular inflammation and it can cause these symptoms, which is what happens with this type of colitis. So it is an inflammatory condition. And so getting rid of those inflammatory foods will absolutely help.
Good stuff. Thank you, Lynn. If it ends in itis, it's inflammation, right? Carnivore's great. Carnivore's great for anything inflammation related. So if we didn't get to your question tonight, we apologize, but we'll be here again next Thursday, 6 p.m. Central. So you can come back for that. Or in the meantime, if you'd like, you could join the membership site and we can answer any questions we missed there on the membership site.
And we can see it face to face.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you guys want to mention or shout out before we wrap up?
I'm just going to shout out Tennessee again, April 13th. It's going to come quickly. It's crazy. It's less than a month, or right at a month away. So I don't even know the date today. It's crazy how fast time's flying, but that's going to be fun and a big one. Get your tickets now. We're already sold out of the VIP tickets. It's amazing. So I'm working to see if we can add a few more, but the other tickets will sell out probably fairly quick. So please jump on it if you're planning on getting it. We've got our early bird promotion on there right now.
Yeah, I'm not trying to overhype it, but I wouldn't wait. People often wait and then they say, what? I wanted to get in there, and it's probably going to go pretty quickly. So
yeah. And anybody who is struggling with food addiction, which is a real thing that we struggle with, our Healing Humanity Life site, we have 5 days a week. We have a Breaking Addictions group, which is based on the 12-step program, which we in Healing Humanity have rewritten the material to apply to a carnivore diet. And so there's a meeting getting started in an hour, but we have Monday through Friday, we have meetings. So if this is something you feel you need support for, we have groups that can help you. So that's something else that, wanted to put out there.
Good stuff.
It's actually starting right now, I think.
Is it starting right now?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. We got to run. Thanks, everyone.
Pacific time.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.